Good, y'all. Welcome back to Niner Wire. I'm your host, Sam, and today, yes, first of all, I do have a new setup. I hope you all like it. And today we are starting this is the first episode of a series. We're going to be ranking positional players, quarterback, running back, wide receiver, maybe tight end, maybe defense. We're going to do a lot of other positions. Today we're starting off with quarterback. We're doing a tier maker, as you can see right here. So we got some guys below. There's more below this. And we have some categories right here that we're going to put each of these quarterbacks in. And to do this today, I have Jake right here and Nate right here. How you guys doing tonight?
Pretty good.
Good.
Pretty good. All right. So before I get into it, make sure to follow me on Twitter at Stone Cold Kittle. I post a lot of stuff there. If you're watching this from Twitter as well, make sure to retweet and share this. Also, make sure to follow Jake right here. I'm going to let you talk about that real quick, Jake.
Yeah, I recently started a fantasy football podcast, and right now we're going through every division in football with some other segments parceled in there and going through all the booms and busts for the potential seasonal leagues, not dynasty, in each division, and then we'll play it by year after that.
Yeah, I was on the NFC South episode, NFC West episode. Nate was also on the NFC West episode. So if you guys want to do well in your fantasy leagues, you got to make sure to listen to that. It's going to be a really good time. And if you have any questions or anything, make sure to comment in the chat below. So now let's get into it. Another guest joining us right here. Dom, what's good?
Yo, what's up?
It's good. All right. So how we're doing this is we're going to debate about each of these quarterbacks. We got these tiers right here: elite, borderline elite, above average, average, below average, trash, and unproven. We got quarterbacks right here. There's more down there. So yeah, are you guys ready to get into it?
Yeah, Sam, I don't know how you wanted to do it, but I was thinking that we could just you list the player and then we go through each of where we'd put them and then we can discuss.
Yeah, that's exactly how I was thinking. So do you guys just want to get the unproven guys out of the way real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah, at the end.
Let's get them out of the way.
All right, right now. All right. So first unproven guy, Joe Burrow. Also, all the rookies are going to be an unproven basically. So Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Tua, and then I would also put Haskins and Rosen there. Would you guys agree?
Stidham also,
I agree.
if he's on there.
You guys agree? Are we all set on this? Rosen and Haskins and unproven.
I mean,
Is Jarrett Stidham on that or no?
I don't think he is actually.
probably
Well, has Kyler Murray proven himself?
Yes,
somewhat.
absolutely.
I don't know.
He's
Locke, arguably.
I wouldn't.
But
I'd say Locke is.
I'd rather rank him.
Do you want to let's just start off with Drew Lock right now? So I think I'd put him in the below average tier. I think he does have a bit more to prove, so we could put him in unproven. In my opinion, he's not trash though. He's not. I would say so. Yeah, I would say below average, but I think he can prove a bit more. So what do you guys have to say about that?
I have him in, and I don't love the categories. I have him in trash just because I think he's the lowest. I think he can improve, obviously, because they've put all the weapons around him to succeed. His O-line was pretty bad last year, but his inaccuracy was pretty glaring, and he hasn't shown me really anything for why he should be good. I mean, he was a second-round quarterback, and he was thrown into a starting job with not a spectacular offense, and this is a really test him year. But right now, from what I've seen, I would definitely say the lowest category possible.
All right. So I'm gonna let Nate and Dom talk, but based on what you're saying, I feel like you're kind of leaning towards unproven, just like
somewhat
unproven. Okay, what do you guys have to say, Nate and Dom?
I'd say below average. I mean, I think everyone he's getting so much hype, but you can't say he's already even an average quarterback because he just hasn't played.
Oh yeah, he's definitely not average.
He's below average. It's only his first year. He's done fine his first year, so you can't call him unproven. They'll put him at. So I think he right now should be at below average and see how he does. And if he does better, move him up. If he does bad, move him down to trash.
Exactly. So I'm thinking we're putting him in below average. I guess,
my only argument there is I did a tier list. That's kind of how this whole video thing got.
Yeah, wait, let me put up. I can't put up your tier list.
No, it's fine. You don't need to do it. But I had Locke in below average, but when I started putting guys like Ryan Fitzpatrick and Derek Carr in below average, I'm like, okay, if we're talking about who's going to win the game right now, there's no chance Locke is on the same level as any of those guys.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Jacoby Brissett that he's probably a below average quarterback, but Locke is significantly worse than him at this point. And he can be better, but that's why I have where I do.
Yeah. Where do you guys think he'll be like by the end of his career? Do you think he'll be like in like actually I should say 5 years? Do you think he'll be a top quarterback? Do you think he'll be like somewhere like top 10, or what do you guys think he's going to be in the next 5 years?
I think he'll be an average or above average QB.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's out of a starting job after this season.
Ooh, whoa, that's a bold prediction.
I mean, you can listen to my NFC West video or podcast episode where I delve deeper into it, but he played a lot worse than people seem to recognize last year. And I guess it was his rookie season, but you've seen Broncos just tear up quarterbacks, just like go through them with a lot higher draft picks than a mid-second rounder. I think that he's, with the weapons that they just put around him, he's going to have to prove himself this year, or they're going to go out and get another quarterback, and that puts him in a tough position.
Yeah. Hey, guys, I just want to say something real quick. Ignore the side ads. I have no clue what they're doing there. I mean,
it's all the stuff you've been looking for, right?
It might have been my mom or something, but
Google's stealing your cookies.
Blame it on your mom.
So, all right. But yeah, I think that's definitely a bold prediction to put Locke out as a starting job. I think all the Broncos fans are really high up on him. I think on my quarterback list right now, I think I had him at 23 or 24, but I think I'm already like changing some stuff up with that. Like I put Big Ben way too low, but
I mean, it depends on how you look at it. The way I do my tier lists and rankings, it's like not even where I think they're gonna be in the upcoming season. I just think like right now, who would you rather have winning the game for you? You know, like who are you going to start? No future, no nothing. Like it's tough to grade guys like Kyler Murray and Josh Allen that have so much to prove, but have shown us a decent amount, but not enough to put above the star guys. So that's just me.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on. We're just going to go in order down the line unless someone wants to bring up a quarterback, but let's start with Nate's quarterback, Josh Allen. I want to hear what you guys have to say about him, because it's kind of, I feel like he could be an above average, average, or below average, but I want to hear what you guys have to say.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, obviously, I think I know what you're gonna say.
As of right now, I'm in between average and above average.
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right.
I think he played a lot better after like week 4. He played way better. He started off with like 5 of his interceptions in the first like 4 weeks, and after that he only had 4 more the rest of the year. So I just think he's still young. I mean, I think he can end up being a very good quarterback, but like as of right now, I'm kind of in between average, above average. Obviously, he's a great rusher. And like accuracy, that's obviously the issue. But I think he makes plays, and not a lot of quarterbacks can make the plays that he can make just with the rushing ability and the arm strength. So I think he can be very good.
Yeah, and that's
college football. When he played football at Wyoming, he was regarded as the strongest arm in college football.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of why I have him in average myself, because I feel like he has to capitalize on a bit more of his opportunities. I think, like, just like by his talent, he's definitely above average. But by what what he does on the field, it's kind of like average to below average. So that's why I'm putting in average. I'm kind of mixing those two together and just putting him there. So yeah,
I don't feel like you can say he was below average last year.
No, I'm not saying he's below average. I'm saying like it's kind of like, that's why I think he's average. It's like borderline below average, but usually like mainly average.
He had 29 total touchdowns and 9 interceptions. So,
I know.
I mean, that's
wait, no, this year
he had 9 picks,
total touchdowns.
20 passing, 29.
Yeah, okay, yeah, no, you're right. I completely forgot the rushing.
I think I have him pretty much in the middle of average, which, I mean, it's a weird thing about tier lists because I'll probably have more than 15 quarterbacks ahead of him in terms of rankings, but he does sit in that average category where he did take his team to the playoffs, so it's tough to say that he's below average. But above average is his aspirations, not his current state. So I think where we have him is solid.
Yeah. All right. So we'll put him in average there. Next up is Tom Brady. Now, a lot of people are going to say borderline elite, above average. I got him in average. I'm not. I feel like he just regressed last season. It's a bold. It's really bold. I know. I just feel like he's regressed a bit last season. I don't think he's top 10 anymore. He's definitely top 15. And I don't. Obviously, this doesn't really have to do with making the tier list, but I don't know if he's going to succeed in Tampa or not. So,
well, he does have Gronk with him now, and he has Mike Evans as well.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what we're not like talking about, like if he's going to succeed in Tampa, because that's like who will be better. We're talking about who is better right now.
This year, Tom Brady only had an 88 overall QB rating.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of why I'm like putting him kind of in the lower list, because I mean, like in average. To
quote Sam in his video, which I finally watched yesterday.
You finally watched the full thing?
Yeah, it was pretty funny because he kept quoting quarterback rating for all the guys, and then you're like, oh, the only thing that's better than Jimmy G for Tannehill is quarterback rating, and that doesn't really matter.
Let me clarify.
Most fans would agree that has nothing to do with anything.
Let me clarify
and that was it.
The only reason I'm putting that there is to just like give Jimmy G the upper hand. It's obviously bias, like with that, just giving him the upper hand because he has the better rating than all of those guys besides Tannehill. But like, if we're like, I'm kind of re-saying what I said in the video. Like, can we just agree that rating doesn't really affect anyone? Because if we're going by rating, then Jimmy G is better than Aaron Rodgers. Like, that's the thing.
Okay,
like,
then Derek Carr is like right behind him. So
yeah, I know. I mean, that's why I'm saying like rating doesn't matter in football. Like, because I mean, anyways. But I want to hear what Jake and Nate have to say about where Brady should go.
I think it's tough for me. To put him in that borderline elite and above average. Either of them is going to be a weird situation because you get to the bottom guys of the above average and it's like he's clearly a lot better than them. Like if you're putting Ryan Tannehill in the same conversation as Tom Brady, you're out of your mind. But then if you put him in the borderline elite with guys like Deshaun Watson, he's probably not there anymore. He did only have one poor season. But I would probably say borderline elite, but like the worst guy in that category. I don't know if the order that you're putting them in has any significance, but
no, I'm not putting them in any order. I'm just like,
I think that he deserves to be above average, because of what he's proven throughout his career, and that just one bad year doesn't take all that away.
Yeah, no, I can see that too. Nate, are you with Jake or are you with me on that?
I mean, I'm kind of in between you guys. I think he was clearly a lot worse this year than he's been, but he did not have much help.
That's not even a question. That's obvious. And like a lot of people would probably disagree with what we're saying. Everyone would be like, no, he's an elite. He's won, I think, 4 Super Bowls, 3?
6.
6 Super Bowls. And everyone would say that to us, but it's that what we're talking is right now. So as right now, I think he's between above average and borderline elite. He's kind of in between there. He kind of goes up and down.
Yeah, so you're saying he's like in between borderline elite and above average? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
All right. So based on the consensus, I'm kind of curious. First of all, I'm kind of curious to hear why he's like borderline elite, because I just feel like after last season, that definitely kind of took his stock down, in my opinion. So that's why.
Okay, you're taking the last.
Well, no. Hold on. This is information. Hold on. This is current quarterbacks. If we're talking like Tom Brady before last season, Tom Brady was definitely elite or borderline elite. I would say before, like at the beginning of last season, and like he regressed. So that's why I got him. That's why I got him a tier below or in between average and above average. So like,
but you're taking a small sample size. If I were to say, oh, look at just Jimmy G's Super Bowl, that would be unfair because that's a small sample size.
When we're talking about a current season, like when we're talking about current ratings, you gotta like mainly factor in the current, like the last season. That's my point.
Yeah, but okay, if you didn't factor in the current season, he's elite. I think now that you factor that in, that makes him the lowest. I said the lowest quarterback in borderline elite. How can you take him from being one of the clear top 3 quarterbacks?
He was not a top 3. He was not. It was like him.
In my opinion, he was. I
Who are
definitely
the other
won't.
here?
What do
Wait,
you-
let me see. It was definitely Mahomes, him. No, not him. Probably like Mahomes.
It was Mahomes, Breeze, Rodgers, and him, all in that upper conversation.
Not Russ. It was like him. It was like Mahomes, Wilson. He was probably like top. He was obviously top 10, but like I feel like he wasn't. I don't feel like he was in that elite category last year.
What? What do you? I mean, okay. I would need.
I mean, I don't know. But I feel like just the consensus. I feel like he's above average from what everyone's saying. So let's just put him there. Is everyone okay with that?
Yeah.
I mean, no, but
Do you
So
thi-
after the season, yeah.
Do you
But
guys,
overall, like-
you guys think he should be in borderline elite?
No, I think he should be where he is right now.
Okay, Jake
I-
thinks he should be in borderline elite.
No, he shouldn't. He lost. He literally choked against.
Oh wait,
Titan-
no. Let me ask Jake.
It's
Do you
only
think he should
one
be in-
game.
it, one game. What happened against the Chiefs?
Yeah,
You
exactly.
wanna
Yeah, you
keep
can't
talking about
First of all,
one
that's
game.
the Super Bowl.
But like, do you think he's borderline elite, Jake?
I 100% think he is borderline elite, and just keep him there because that's your consensus, and it's 3 against 1, so that's fair.
Right.
Put him in above average. I'm just trying to like have my opinion be stated.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, no. Go ahead, talk your shit if you want. But
What
like,
did he do last year that was borderline elite?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I don't
my
think
thing
he
right
showed
there.
that at all
Sure.
last year.
For sure, last year.
That's my thing right there. He didn't do.
No, I'm saying you can't judge him all on last year, where he still passed for 4,000 yards.
Then what's the point of like having then what's the point of having a current list if you can't judge just by like
Yeah,
if you have to last year's the main thing you have to factor in. That's the thing. Like if
Yeah,
that's
that's not the only thing.
it's not the only thing, no, but like if you're just factoring in last year, should be in by just last year, Brady should be in the average tier. But because of his success before that, that's why I have him above average. But if you're really just not factoring in what happened last year, then he's definitely borderline elite without a doubt. Like
If
I'm
you're
just
not
saying, like
factoring in last year, he's elite. I don't. Okay, go move on. It's fine. I just
All right.
wait. We can revisit it later. I'm going to disagree so much when you put in another quarterback in the above average that is clearly not on Tom Brady's planet. It's
all right,
going to
we'll
make
see.
it tough to put
I
quarterbacks.
feel like
in
I
the-
grade harder than like I feel like there's a lot.
I
I'm
am
gonna
kind of
say
with you
people
on that,
think
Nate.
are above average, and I will not say they're above average.
I
do
definitely
not
think
Ryan Tannehill is above average.
Probably
That's
not.
someone who's
Ryan-
often put up there.
Ryan Tannehill's above average. You really think that?
No, I do not think.
Oh
he
no,
is.
he's definitely not. I don't think he's above average. Like,
Should we just go to him since we're
like I mean, that's kind of what Jake. Going back to Jake's point, like before the Titans. Let's just do Ryan Tannehill right now. I have him in average. Do you guys also have him in average?
Yeah, probably.
All right, so let's just put him in average. But like, yeah, that's with Ryan. Like Tannehill, like that's such a small sample size from last year.
We couldn't
Considering
really
like
determine.
considering like everything before that, he was not. He was probably like below average in Miami.
I mean, he
so,
was a bust.
he's
Like,
average in Miami? I mean,
Yeah.
Average. All right, whatever. But yeah, we all can just agree that he's average. So, anyways, let's move on to Drew Brees. I still think that he is an elite quarterback. After.
Oh yeah, for sure, no doubt about that.
Or wait, I shouldn't have put them there yet. But I want to hear what Jake and Nate have to say before I just leave him there.
I think borderline elite. I think there's clearly
Yeah.
a
Actually,
top
yeah.
2 quarterbacks that are elite. And
You-
I don't
so
think
you're-
he's- I
so
don't
you're-
think he's
I'm-
as high as those guys.
So you're what I'm hearing is that you're just putting 2 quarterbacks in borderline elite. Is that
Just 2 in elite. I think
Elite? Okay.
he's borderline elite. I think
and
he's
are
still very
those Watson and Russ or
Watson?
no, not Watson.
Mahomes
Mahomes.
and Russ.
What am I saying? Mahomes. Okay, Mahomes and Russ. Let's just
Yes.
put them there because I agree with those 2 as well. I'm assuming that
I
any
think
smart
those 2
fan
are undoubtedly there.
Yeah,
will
also,
agree
what
with
would
that.
you guys give Jimmy G?
We're
Well,
going to talk about that at
later.
the end of the video. I think.
I think he's going to be the longest debate.
Yeah, he's definitely
Oh,
going to
yeah,
be the longest
sure.
debate, and we're going to talk about that at the end of the vid. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like Breeze, like looking at it now, I feel like
Elite. Come on.
Breeze is not on that level of those 2. So now I'm kind of like seeing borderline elite. So
I don't think Russell Wilson should be an elite. He should be borderline elite.
no, Russell Wilson
What?
is easily a top 3 quarterback. You can't. No one
Tom,
can.
why don't you think he's as good?
Actually, never mind. I take that back. My bad. I was
Okay,
thinking something.
basically, Russell Wilson is dealing with a completely different scenario than every other playoff quarterback on his. He has a terrible O-line. Last year, he had a rookie receiver and Tyler Lockett, who I don't think he's that good. All the signs keep telling us that he's not that good and that Russ is just
Yeah.
making look amazing because they keep trying to sign another elite receiver so that he can just be the slot guy and not the main option. And the tight end situation was a revolving door after Will Dissly, as well as Carson got injured, Penny got injured, Marshawn Lynch was their starting quarterback for some reason, Travis Homer. He's dealing with a whole different set of weapons.
Marshawn Lynch, though, really wasn't as good as he was when he came back, to be honest.
Yeah, obviously. But yeah, so I think we can all agree that Russ is elite. I want to add one more guy to the elite tier, and that's Lamar Jackson. I think after last season, I have to put him there. Like I think he's easily a top 3 quarterback. Do you guys, Nate and Jake, do you guys agree with that?
I think Dom has something to say.
Yeah, because if you look at the guy, he just jukes the hell out of people, and he's actually a hella good passer as well. And I think he had very few interceptions as well.
So you think he's elite or he's borderline elite?
Elite.
Elite. Oh, yeah, I'm with Dom on that. I gotta say he's elite after last season.
The reason I put him in borderline elite is only because I feel like he's still, and I did, my categories were a little different in mine, so I had him in the top category, but in the way ours is shaping up, I would put him in borderline elite because in a game, if I'm choosing like Breeze and Lamar, like kind of between them, Lamar isn't as far ahead as Russ and Mahomes are. And I don't feel like he deserves yet to be, he still has stuff to prove to me. That's the bottom line.
You see, here's my thing with this. So I feel like he's not in the same tier as those two, but I also feel like he's better than Drew Brees and not in the same tier as him. Like that's my thing. And I feel like after last season, that's why I want to give him the benefit of the doubt and put him in as an elite quarterback because I think he is.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about that. I actually think he could go down as one of the greatest running quarterbacks ever, be like the next Michael Vick.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like yeah, I mean, after
but
like
can you
last
say
season,
Michael Vick was elite, was he borderline elite? I mean,
Lamar, in my opinion, outperformed any season that Vick had last season.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Easily.
He's just not a good enough passer to be elite, in my opinion.
He's also playing on a lot better team than Vic was. I feel like we're ignoring the fact quarterbacks aren't what we saw in the terms of wins and losses. Like if they had a terrible defense and let's say they don't win what they won 14
games.
Let's say they only win 10 or something. He's not getting this buzz as for some reason what Dom said was already an all-time great running quarterback, which it's been one season. So he's just
predicting it.
If he keeps it up, then yeah.
I'm predicting
sure.
Like, that's my prediction.
But like,
and
if Ryan Tannehill keeps up his season, he's an all-time great. But it's unlikely. So I don't. What are we talking about here?
But Lamar Jackson's a good bet to make.
I mean, I feel like another reason I feel like, well, you kind of talked about like, look how bad Lamar, like Michael Vick's team was. I mean, Lamar did not have the best receivers. If we're being like, his best receiver was Marquise Brown, who's good who's a good receiver, but he's no like you look at the other quarterbacks that are in the elite tier, or even Drew Brees, like Michael Thomas, Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins, DK Metcalf.
Are you
Tyler Lockett,
you're talking about Drew Brees' receivers as a plus above Lamar?
No,
Lamar
I'm saying
passed like half his passing yards to his freaking tight ends on dump offs.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that
Brees
Lamar has
just Michael Thomas for his like entire career. Essentially, he had okay, this is gonna kill me.
He had Colston.
He had Colston, and I don't remember, but whatever. Like, all right. I mean, he now has Sanders, which is great, but he's like 33, 34.
But he did. I mean, he did well with us. So
yeah,
he didn't do that well.
He didn't. I mean, he's not like a top receiver.
He'll help, but like
obviously. But
like,
he made a difference.
He's no longer the 1,500-yard receiver he was in Denver.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Will he be this? Like, will he fit in with the offensive scheme of the Saints or whatever? Like, will he fit?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. But all right, we're 2-on-2 right now. So I mean, since it's my channel, I might as just put him in elite and just see.
Yeah, you can be the tiebreaker.
I'll be the tiebreaker since this is my channel. All right, Teddy Bridgewater. We talked about this on Jake's podcast last time. I would say below average.
Yeah.
Do you guys agree with that?
Average.
Yeah. He hasn't
Average?
done
Yeah, I
much
think average.
in a while.
I mean, the only reason I have him below average is he has more to prove. Like, I feel like he's definitely not as good as Tannehill and Josh Allen.
No, I say the reason he's not an above average is because he has more to prove. I think that every time he's gotten the starting job, he's had success. Except for in what was it with the Jets or
No, it was with.
Card-
Oh no, he didn't start with the Jets though. I think
yeah,
they
but like
signed
he
him and then
didn't.
they traded
Obviously,
him. Like,
if he's not starting for the Jets, he's doing something wrong. Let's be honest.
yeah, I mean,
But
so
like with the Saints, he succeeded. He took the Vikings to the playoffs. I think he's got to play some more games before he can prove that he's above average. But he's the highest graded short accuracy passer in the NFL, and that's going to get you wins.
Josh Allen's the best intermediate passer in the NFL. If you look at PFF stats, which I think is terrible, but
yeah, PFF.
according to them,
It wasn't PFF. It was, I don't know if anyone listens to you, but the Roto Underworld Dynasty podcast. I would very much recommend it. It is awesome. But the Breakout Finder listed him as that.
Yeah. All right. So again, we're 2-on-2. Wait, Dom, you said he was below average or average?
I think he would be in between. Like he's had 2 good years, but then he hasn't really shown up in those after that.
All right. So I'm hearing 2 people saying average. I'm saying below average. Dom's kind of in the middle, so I'm going to put him in average and give you guys the benefit of the doubt. So I think this is I think a lot of people think this is controversial to think that Bridgewater is better than Drew Luck, but I mean, I think just from a talent perspective, I mean, I think he's definitely there. I think that's definitely going to be interesting how the video is going to be shaped up with him in average, but we'll continue that from there. And then moving on, Jacoby Brissett. I want to put him in trash, but I want to hear what you guys have to say. I just don't. I don't believe in him.
I think
I'm either below average or average.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
think he's
fine. Oh,
trash.
definitely not average. I would not put him in average. I think the highest I put him is below average.
Wait, who's it?
I-
Kobe Brissett?
Yeah, Brissett. I mean,
I have him in below average just because below average I kind of think of as super low tier starter, but he's probably going to be an upper tier backup like in the league where he could be around for like 15 years just kind of as a guy who's going to be your security blanket and he won't sell the farm if your starter gets injured. So that's kind of where he sits for me. If I have him or Drew Lock right now in a single game, I think it's going to be pretty similar in who I'm choosing.
All right, yes. So I'm going to put him in below average. And based on kind of what you're saying, I feel like we should just get rid of the trash category because I feel like all of these guys would be good backups, but they're low tier starters.
Well, I mean, I guess I need to look through all of them, but I think we should keep
these are all
now.
the lowest quarterback I have on here. I mean, we could just make a Taysom Hill
I guess
category.
Rosen's already in the unproven.
We already put Rosen in unproven. The only guy I put in trash is Taysom Hill, considering this is a quarterback list and not like an athletic list.
Is there Taysom Hill
on
there?
Taysom Hill. So do we just want to make Taysom Hill right there? Just make
unproven they're trash. I mean,
all right. Let's just make Taysom Hill a category.
I mean, in all reality, he's probably unproven, but Taysom Hill.
Taysom Hill. We'll just put him there because why not? All right. Next up
it's
is
so bad. His first name even isn't a real word.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
All right, so next guy is Jake's quarterback, Derek Carr, who I'd put. I mean, here's the thing. Considering that we put Bridgewater in average, I want to put him in average as well. Yeah.
Like I just my thing is, would I rather have Allen right now? Would I rather have Tannehill? Would I rather have Jimmy G? Yes, yes, yes. Like he's gonna be maybe he's the lowest quarterback in average, and that's tough. But he's kind of it's like him and Bridgewater need one in between average and below average where it's like he'll be a starter, but he's not going to lead his team on any giant playoff runs or anything.
Yeah, like the Raiders had their year to shine in 2016. I believe.
Well, he also got hurt that year.
Oh yeah, true.
He broke his leg, so he didn't really get that chance.
I mean, I'm a Raiders fan, and I am desperate for a new quarterback.
I think a lot of Raiders fans are. So I mean.
I
want to hear what Nate and Dom where they think he is because I feel like if we're 2-on-2, I'm definitely going to put him below average because Jake, like obviously you're not being biased by saying he's taking the lower hand right there. So,
or maybe I am.
maybe you are. I don't know. We'll
Maybe
see.
you are.
But Nate and Don, what do you guys have for him?
I mean, I think he's better than Locke and Brissett for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well, that's
I agree that he's worse than the guys we have in average right now. But
Oh,
overall, I don't think he's a below average quarterback. I think he's the lower half of average.
Yeah, I'm with you on that right there. So
He's below average. The guy
Below-
really hasn't done much this season. The Raiders weren't that great this year, and everyone predicts
I mean,
them
with
like
the state of their defense, I think them being alive on week 17 was a freaking miracle. Like,
I know. Well, that was also like they actually had a genuine chance to make it in if we're being real.
that if
Like the four
freaking-
things that needed to happen were almost could have happened.
well, if the Texans hadn't benched all their players against the Titans,
Oh yeah, also
Like,
the Colts
yeah.
were supposed to win and they lost, right?
yeah, but I mean that was what it could have. It was a lot more plausible. I mean, there was no way the Titans were going to lose in a game that actually mattered for them against a bunch of backups.
Mhm. Yeah. All right, moving on. Kirk Cousins. I'm going to put him in above average. I feel like
he actually had
I
a
feel
good
like
year.
first, hold on. Let me just say this right now. He's gonna regress next year. I'm just gonna make that prediction right now. Kirk Cousins is gonna regress. They lost Stephon Diggs. They lost Stefanski. I feel like he's gonna be in a lower tier right now. I mean, after the season, but right now he's above average in my opinion.
I mean,
He did well this year. He did.
he's gonna pass a heck of a lot more. Like,
Yeah,
it's going to be a shock for people, and that's why I have him as a solid option in fantasy. And I'm trying to look up his stats, but I mean, Stefanski's run scheme seemed to hurt his stats a little bit.
and he put
his
up good
efficiency
stats,
is
like
great, but his yardage.
his yardage. But he put up good. He put up like
3,600 yards, but he only had 444 attempts.
yeah, he did.
Last year
That's
he had
what I'm saying.
600.
Like he didn't throw that.
That's what I'm
much,
saying.
but
Like
he put
they're
up great
gonna
stats.
pass the ball like 600 times again, especially because I think the whole team is going to be worse because they had to release so many defensive guys.
I know.
But I think that he's 6 interceptions is going to go up as well because obviously that was an outlier compared to his 4 straight double-digit seasons. I still think that he's way worse than Brady, but he deserves to be above average.
I think he's above average. He's
All right,
not as
we'll
good
just
as
put him there.
Breeze. I mean, that's
Yeah. All right. This is a bit off topic from the video, but I tweeted this out the other day. I want to hear what you guys have to think on this bold prediction that if the Detroit Lions stay healthy, they will win the NFC North. What do you guys think about that?
No,
And we can no. All of you are saying no.
You really think they're going to be better than the Packers?
I think that I don't like the Packers. Like I just feel like they didn't really do much to improve.
I mean,
I
I think
think
they were the
If
worst
Nick
13 and
Foles,
3.
I think a better prediction is if Nick Foles
Jordan Love.
plays like he did in that Eagles Super Bowl run,
The
the
Bears,
Bears will win the
easily the
NFC
Bears are
North.
going to win that division.
because
But
their defense is insane and Allen Robinson is a lot better than people
Yeah.
think.
all right. So actually, we should just segue to Matt Stafford and Nick Foles right there. So Matt Stafford, I got it an above average.
Oh, no doubt about that. No doubt about that.
Do you guys think he's?
I mean, I'm either there or borderline elite. He's a very good quarterback.
he
I
is
think
really.
he's
I don't
better-
think he's on the tier of.
better than Kirk Cousins for sure.
I think he's better than Kirk and better than Brady. I wouldn't put him in borderline elite because he's nowhere near Breeze.
Yeah,
You think
no
he's
way.
better than Brady?
Yes, I do. Absolutely.
I question that. I think he played borderline elite before he got injured this year. But
yeah, that's why I have him above average. Like,
I don't
I
know.
mean-
I don't know how he's going to rebound though.
yeah. So that's kind of why I want to put him in above average. So,
I would say above.
It's fine.
all right. So we're all saying above average, and then Nick Foles was the other guy. I mean, I got to put him in below average. I know he's like won a lot, but he didn't do anything in Jacksonville. I mean, he lost the starting position once he was ready.
He had a broken collarbone.
Yeah, but when he came back, he lost the starting position.
Because he had a broken collarbone.
When he came back, though.
Yeah, it's not like you just magically are yourself again. And I think it's tough to be in a position where the coaching staff is inclined to put the rookie ahead because he was only getting the start because he had gotten that contract and they felt they had to justify it. But Minshew had earned the job and the team was on Minshew's side. Such a tough position to be in. And now you're going into a much better situation in Chicago where you have a chance to win over a city because they hate Trubisky so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
So
Trubisky
based on what I'm saying, hearing from Jake, are you saying that he's average?
I'm saying average. I don't whatever. If he's below average,
I just feel like Carr is better than him.
I don't think he's as good as the quarterbacks we have in average right now.
Yeah, and I feel like Carr is better than him. That's my thing, right?
Yeah,
there.
I guess I can see that.
Yeah. So all right, we'll put him in below average. So moving on to Dak Prescott. I mean, I'll probably put him in above average.
Yeah, he passed for close to 5,000 yards.
Yeah, I mean, above average. I think he needs to capitalize on his opportunities more. He has the talent to be borderline elite, but I think he just kind of with Josh Allen, like he has the talent to be above average, but he's average. While as Prescott has the talent to be borderline elite, but he's above average because he can't capitalize on those opportunities.
You only think Allen can be above average?
No, he's not. Wait, what? What do you mean by that?
You're saying Allen has the talent to be above average, or you think above average is the best he can be?
Oh no, I'm saying he has the talent to be above average. Like last year, like he's for sure going to be. I think he can definitely be better than above average in this career. But yeah, so that's why I got Dak Prescott above average.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with
In
that.
the big games, he doesn't really show up that much.
Yeah,
I would say
he has really
borderline
good
elite,
stats.
but I have some semi-biased opinions about his receiving core, where I think Cooper is. He absolutely disappears in games. And I have no clue why people are like justifying him getting this massive contract. And so last year,
he shouldn't get that. He shouldn't be getting paid $40 million a year.
His leading receivers are Cooper, who in that game against the Eagles, they had to. The defining moment for me is they had to bench him in the drive to go to the playoffs. You're paying that guy $100 million.
I know.
That's ridiculous. And that left their leading receivers to be a rookie Michael Gallup. What they had Randall Cobb and Jason Witten, who great. Randall Cobb and Jason Witten are your leading options. That's ridiculous. And I think he did the best he could under the scenario. And I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how he adjusts to the O-line being a little different.
Yeah, we'll see about that. But so we'll put him in above average right there. Moving on to Andy Dalton. I feel like after the past few years, I gotta put him in below average. I think he's lost his starting job there. I just gotta put him in below average right there. And
1 in 15.
2 and 14.
2 and 14.
They also didn't play him the entire year. They were testing out Ryan Finley, but that didn't work out. But and that's another point you could use against him, that they benched him. A 2 and 14 benched him. 2 and 14 team benched him. So that's why I go put him in below average.
When did he get? He got benched, but he didn't get benched. They wanted to see what they had in Finley. It wasn't like Finley was better.
Yeah, it wasn't like they were benching him because he was terrible. They just want to see Ryan Finley.
I want to say is that the Raiders defense held them to 7 points with Ryan Finley. So he might as well be the worst quarterback on the planet.
Yeah. But I got to put him below average. Nate and Jake, do you guys agree with that?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, I think he's better than people think or remember, just because the team was so bad last year, but below average.
They've been good before. They've been good.
All right, next up. All right, Sam Darnold, can we all agree that he's average just based on what we're putting there?
Yeah.
Below.
You think he's below average?
He hasn't shown me enough.
Wait, let me pull up his stat. I just feel like he's definitely better than those guys. He's better than, my opinion, he's better than Bridgewater. But let me pull up his stats right now.
That's just not true.
I just feel like he hasn't had anyone. I don't know. We'll see. Hold on, let me just pull it up. Like,
he's definitely not
okay,
as good as the three there.
Kind of looking at it. Okay, yeah, kind of looking at it now. I feel like below average is kind of right for him. So Jets fans are going to be really butthurt by this, but
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's all Jets fans. So
I mean,
yeah, I'm kind of looking
if
at
I
it below
could,
average.
I would put him in unproven just because of how horrifically bad the team around him is.
Yeah.
Jake, you know what it's like, Jake, because you're a Raiders fan. You've had to watch them suffer for all those years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next
The
up,
Bills are
Ryan
stuck for a lot
Fitzpatrick,
longer.
elite. Can we just put it in there right now?
yeah,
What?
Yeah, easily. Ryan Fitzpatrick is an elite quarterback, hands down. Okay, no, seriously. All right, let's just put him in below average because that's where he is. Joe Flacco, below average. Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah, he did horrible for the Broncos.
I mean, I would argue that Ryan Fitzpatrick is probably the best quarterback in below average right now.
Ooh, that's a bold. I feel
you
like
really
Darnold's
hate
better.
Derek Carr.
I
Well,
feel like
I
Carr
mean-
and Darnold are better, but
Carr is just like not if I want one of the guys who is gonna like lead me down the field, I don't want Carr. I really don't. I don't
I'm
believe in him.
kind of. I feel like the Raiders fans feel like he gave up. So
I mean,
obviously, you watch it
Fitzpatrick
firsthand, so.
made Devontae Parker super relevant again. And
Yeah.
I mean that. Please name someone on the Dolphins O line right now.
Austin Jackson, he's a rookie. Oh, Daniel Kilgore was on the O line last year.
Yeah,
And he
35-year-old center.
35-year-old center who commits way too many penalties. So
Yeah.
I mean, all right. So are you saying that? So wait, you're saying below average still for him though?
Yeah, I mean he hasn't done anything in his career to make me think that he's any higher than that. But the way he played last year, I think could be argued on the lower end of average. I don't really care though.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Joe Flacco. Can we all agree below average?
yeah,
He might belong in
good
Taysom Hill.
year. Did not have a good year.
Taysom Hill?
No,
Okay.
he's
we'll
not.
just say below average because I feel like him and I mean I don't want to put him in the Taysom Hill category when it's just Taysom Hill right there. But anyways,
Okay,
all right.
before anyone speaks, Dom, what do you think of Goff? Where's he going?
What do I think of Goff? Kind of in between below and average.
I think that's fair. I would put him in below average. But
Like he's been good. Like he was good at Cal, but I don't
Jake, you
know.
can't
He's
believe
not
it.
a one-hit wonder like the Rams were last year.
I think he's average or above average. He got his team to the Super Bowl.
I mean, he did lead his team to the Super Bowl.
I
I
think-
mean, I feel like
He's if it was my tier list, he'd probably be an above average. But since we had Brady and Prescott,
okay.
I think
yeah,
he's
I'm-
probably upper tier of average.
I mean, he's definitely better than. I'll just put him average. He's definitely better than all of those guys there.
yeah.
In my tier list, like my tier list is looking completely different from this. Like, I think I got some. I think I have like Tannehill in above average, Brady down one below, and I put Goff in below average. But just looking at this right now, I think you got to put him in average considering everything.
I mean,
I
Jared Goff,
would also
I feel
put-
like this year somehow just blotted out, even though he passed for 4,600 yards this year and had 9 wins, it just blotted out 2 pretty freaking good years in the NFL. And I don't understand it. I don't like what happened. He was 32-12 last season with 4,700 yards. This year he got put in such a bad situation because, as I outlined in my NFC West video, the Rams, when they were taking down Gurley's touches, they didn't just take down Gurley's touches and give it to someone else in the running game. They just stopped running the ball. Goff led the league in pass attempts. It was not a great situation to put him in, even though they did have solid receivers. Their O-line was just horrible. I mean, they were playing 2 rookies that were taken in the 3rd round or later.
Yeah, and also coaches found out Sean McVay's offensive strategy, which also kind of threw them off as well.
Well, yeah, I think what Dom's getting at with the coaches, though, is they also lost what's his name to the Bengals?
Zach
Taylor,
quarterback coach.
Zach Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Daniel Jones. I don't think he's average. I don't think he's better than those guys there. I got to put him below average for that sole reason.
I think he has more room to prove. He hasn't proven much yet.
Yeah, I mean, you could put him in unproven if you want. I just got like, I feel like he's definitely proven that he will be good. He's kind of like where Drew Lock is right now. So
No, I think he's better than Drew Lock.
he's better. Well,
Like,
yeah, I think he's first of all, I think he's better than Drew Lock. But I feel like when looking at the two, they haven't proven too much, and that's why I don't have them in average. But considering that we put Lock there, considering that we put Darnold there, I got to put him in below average. So, do you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Kyler Murray, this is going to be interesting. Where do you guys have Kyler Murray? I'm not going to say where I have him right now.
Average.
Average. Okay, we're all saying average. Okay, then that's pretty easy then. Mario, we could put in trash. Actually, we can. Do we
No.
just
What?
No, he's-
Trash?
He's below average.
Yeah,
He
below
took
average.
him to the playoffs multiple. He's not even the worst quarterback in below average. What are you talking about?
Well,
I mean,
It's not
I just feel like
trash.
after last year, that's when I would put him in trash. Like that's my thing.
He
with
lost
that.
to a quarterback who's borderline above average on our list. So I don't.
True. All right, we'll just. I'm fine putting him in below average. So I would
Well,
just leave it at
he's
that.
just a bust. That's all. He's a bust.
Yeah, basically. All right, Baker Mayfield. This is going to be interesting. I want to hear what Dom has to say about Baker Mayfield first.
I feel that Baker Mayfield's way below average, and he really has no team. Well, I'm going to say he does have a team, and the fact that they only won 6 games explains that he's not good, or he just maybe it's not him that's so, or maybe it's his coaching that's bad. But yeah, let's see what the guy's stats are. Like his stats, he had 21 interceptions this year.
I mean,
20 TDs, so it's 78.8 overall QB rating.
yeah,
Not very
that's the thing. Like, I feel like he's gonna prove more once he has good coaching.
Yeah,
But that's why right now, like, he's in below average.
For me, he's on the same level as Allen because
no.
Josh Allen.
I just think that I don't know if you watched a lot of Browns games. I had Nick Chubb on multiple of my fantasy teams, so I watched them a lot. Their tackle situation was so horrific.
I know it is.
Which was exemplified by them getting Conklin and Becton. Or wait, no, they didn't get Becton. They got
Wills.
They got Wills. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, he already has a good
I
receiver.
think that it's unfair to judge a lot of guys based on. You saw Goff. It's so important to have that O-line. You saw Goff take that step back when they couldn't re-sign a couple of key O-linemen. And Baker just hasn't had that. And I think this will be a real prove-it year for him.
Oh, yeah,
I'd
for
still
sure.
put him in average because he has shown me those glimpses of greatness, but that he can be a very solid NFL quarterback, which not a lot of these guys have.
Well, yeah. Hopefully, he's not a bust like Johnny Manziel. Hopefully.
Yeah, but all right, Nate, what do you have? You're the tiebreaker here.
He still threw 20 picks this year. And
Yeah, that's like
he had Odell and Jarvis Landry.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
I guess
exactly where
Njoku
I'm
was
with.
hurt, but he's still a good tight end when he's in. And then Chubb, who's a very good running back, and then Hunt.
And yeah,
for half
Hunt
the
too.
year. I still think with all that, to throw 21 picks and he didn't look good at all, in my opinion, in the games I watched of them. So I think he's below average.
Yeah, I'm with you
he
on
looked
that.
like his height was bothering him. He looked like he couldn't see over the O-line, which was weird to me.
Well,
he didn't,
he's 6 feet tall, so. Yeah.
But he didn't show that in his other seasons, and all of a sudden he looked overwhelmed.
All right, moving on. Gardner Minshew, I got him below average. Can we agree with that?
Yep.
All right, perfect. Cam Newton. Ooh, this is gonna be interesting. I know, Jake, you're really high up on Cam Newton. I want to hear where you have him right now.
I would probably have him above average.
No.
Because to me, okay, well, you look at a guy like Josh Allen, and I know we haven't seen Cam play in a while, but I think he's a pretty good prototype for what Josh Allen. If Josh Allen's at his highest, he looks like what Cam looked like in his MVP season. But Josh Allen isn't there yet, and we have him in average. And Cam Newton's still only 31 and a quarterback. And I know he's had injury issues, but if he was going to go out and play in a game right now healthy, I think he's in that category of Kirk Cousins and Matthew Stafford.
I mean, I feel like I don't think he didn't play well in the games that he played last season, first of all.
Yeah, but he's been. I think the problem is he says he's completely healthy now. I don't know how true or untrue that is.
I mean,
he was wearing a flak jacket, which I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's like
not really.
when you see Cam play, you know how he has that it looks like he has a 6-pack showing through his jersey. That's because he's wearing this heavy body suit because he has multiple rib injuries. So I don't know if you can.
Not durable. He's not durable.
Okay, but that's not who the better or worse quarterback is.
Yeah. So I mean, I think
He's
I want to
shown
hear what
that he
Nate
can
has
be
to
great.
say. Do you think he's average or
I'd
where
have
you
to
have
go
him?
above average. I mean, I think
Above. Oh, wait, you guys are saying above average, right?
Yeah.
I think when when he comes back, I think he's still gonna be pretty good. He's obviously not where he used to be, but I think he's better than those guys that are there. And if they're all healthy, I think anyone would want him over any of those average quarterbacks.
And I mean, the
All right.
opinions of people are being swayed. I feel like because he's not being signed.
Yeah, I
But
know.
it's because first he was asking for like 30 million to be a starter, and now he's asking for like over 10 to be a backup. It's like
and no one
okay.
knows if he's hurt or not.
All right,
No
hold
one
on. Let me
knows
just
all this.
let me just throw you my point right here about Cam Newton, because right now, I think I would put him in the average, but at the same time, I can see your point about above average. And the reason I was putting him in above average is because like I really don't know where he's going to be when he comes back, and I kind of want to put him in unproven if I'm being real. Like obviously he is a proven quarterback, but
Taking his team to a Super Bowl. And
yeah, I mean obviously he's a proven quarterback, but I mean
Okay,
I
but
don't.
that's
I
like
really
saying
just,
that Big Ben is unproven. That's like the exact same thing.
I mean true, but I mean I'm all right, never mind then. All right, but I feel I just don't feel like he's in the same tier as I feel like there's some guys in above average that are better than him. Like, I mean, we'll get to some guys more later, but I just feel like that's why I feel like he should be in the average tier.
Yeah, it's weird. I have in mine. I had a different. I just checked it. I had a different category in between above average and borderline elite, which was like it was like called like star or something.
All right. So
and I don't know. So it like separated. Like I had it was for me. It was Brady, Wentz, and Prescott. So it was like in between those guys, like Breeze, but still higher than like Kirk Cousins and Cam and like Matthew Stafford and stuff.
all right.
I don't know.
So I mean, I'm just by what I'm hearing, I think we should just put him in the average category. I think he can be above average for sure. I just think he's got a bit more to prove for himself. So yeah, we'll put him there for now.
Yeah.
Next up, Phillip Rivers. I'm gonna put him in. That's kind of hard. I want to hear what you guys have to say on that.
The Chargers are horrible this year. Like, and they've been horrible for a while. So I don't
They
know.
made the playoffs. They were like 12-4 like 2 years ago. But anyways, continue.
Well, last year I'm talking, not previous year.
I mean, they beat the Ravens in the playoffs, right?
Sorry, I apologize for my facts being off.
All right. Jake and Nate, what do you guys have?
I mean, I think it's tough. I would probably put him in below average just because seeing him play the Raiders, that's kind of how I stack up a lot of quarterbacks. And he played really poorly. I thought it was really funny when they did a meme that was him with his eyes closed and saying Eric Harris is somewhere because he threw like 4 picks to him in one game. And it's like, it really was like he was just throwing with his eyes closed last season. And I mean, a lot of the catches that got made were because Keenan Allen is so reliable and Mike Williams is such a good contested catch receiver. I think that he probably deserves to be in below average, especially since we put like Baker and Darnold and Carr and Jones, guys like that.
Did we lose Dom? I think we
Yeah.
did. All
I'd
right,
say
so
below average.
all right, so 2 and below average. I'll put him there, right there. All right. Aaron Rodgers, I gotta say borderline elite. Can we just agree with that?
Yeah.
All right, Ben Roethlisberger. I mean, I kind of have the same thing as Cam Newton. I feel like he should be above average, but I feel like I don't know what he's going to be this upcoming season, so that's why I got to put him in average. If you guys kind of get what I'm saying.
I'm above average or average. I mean,
I get what you're saying. I would still say above average just because you can say we keep saying conflicting things, which is I don't know what to expect for this upcoming season, but then also we keep saying that it matters what he like probably is right now or last season. And his last season, he was still pretty good. He had 5,000 yards. So that's definitely above average for me. I guess we made it tough on ourselves to put players in above average because of Brady and Prescott, and that sets a pretty high standard. You guys probably agree, like that's a pretty high category. to put a guy like Big Ben in. So I'm fine either way.
All right. So Nate, what do you have? You had above average. Nate, I mean Jake was in
I don't know. I
between.
mean, they're average or above.
All right, we'll just put him in above average, I guess. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm a biased. I really like him, and
yeah, I mean, I
drafted him
think
in-
he's going to
like
be
him in
above
fantasy.
average by the end of the year. I mean, I think we'll see what happens. All right, Matt Ryan, I also got to put in borderline elite. Do you guys agree with that?
I said above average.
Above average.
Ooh, you got all right. Well,
not
I'll
as
put him
good.
there. I want to hear. I just feel like I feel like borderline elite. Do you guys want to
How
combine
is
those?
how
has
is your
such good
opinion on
receivers.
Cam and Matt Ryan so different? That's what I don't understand.
I mean, no, it's not. Here's my thing. I just feel like Cam, like I don't know what he's gonna be for the current things because we really haven't seen him play currently. Whereas Matt Ryan, we saw him play last year.
Yeah, but I haven't seen him play in an important game in a couple of years.
Well, yeah, that's because like his supporting cast is really his defense has not been good, and like I don't know, but anyways, yeah. So you guys are playing above average. I guess we can just go with that. Trubisky, we should put him in the Taysom Hill category, I guess.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
Taysom Hill. Let's just. I'm gonna rename this Taysom Hill / Mitch Trubisky.
There you go.
All right, Deshaun
There's
Watson.
actually 3 N's in Trubinsky.
Trubisky. They don't know how to spell check. All right, Deshaun Watson, borderline elite. Can we agree with that?
Yeah.
All
I
right.
think he's the closest one to me in elite after Lamar,
Yeah,
obviously, because in my eyes, Lamar.
I'd say Breeze. I feel like Breeze is just more proven than him, but yeah. All right. Nate, you agree with that too? Borderline elite.
Yeah.
All right. Carson
I mean,
Wentz.
he's got to play with Bill O'Brien, where Breeze gets Sean Payton. It's a little unfair.
All right, Carson Wentz. I mean, he's in between borderline elite and above average for me. What do you guys have for
I
that?
definitely say above average.
Above average. Okay, Nate. Above
I think
average.
he's borderline. I don't know. I'm in between the two.
All right.
I don't think he's as good as the guys there, but like I think
There's
he's better
so
than
many-
Kirk. I think he's better than Stafford. I think he's better than.
I think he's better than all those guys.
better
in
than
that
he's
thing.
better than Prescott.
No,
He's,
you think he's better than
he's
Dak?
either that. What are you saying?
Yeah, I
Dak's
think
better?
he's better than Dak.
He's
I
definitely
think
better than Dak.
I think Dak's better, but I mean, it's tough. There's so many ifs for Carson Wentz. It's like, oh, if he had a better receiving core, oh, if his defense was much better. But I mean, he's played well. I guess you could put him in either one. I don't really care. I'd probably say above average, but
All right.
I'm fine with above average.
All right. Above average. We'll just put him there. Jameis. We'll put him below average. And last but not least, this is going to be. This is about to be heated, guys. So get your
That'd take a
popcorn
while.
ready.
okay,
What?
we need to figure out where
We need
is.
Dom back.
We need Don back.
Please
Okay.
get him
Let's
back in
see.
here.
Let's see. He just asked. Hold on.
Did his Wi-Fi go out or something?
Yeah, I think it might have been his Wi-Fi.
Because he just blinked out.
Yeah, he just blanked out. All right, but first of all, let's just hear. Oh, should we wait for him?
I don't care.
Okay. All right. Let's start off with where do you guys have him?
Average.
Average.
All right.
But I don't have him as good as Goff, Newton, Big Ben.
Okay,
all right.
Dom.
I mean,
Dom.
I'm kind of with you. I mean,
I think Dom should just go before he's heard
here,
anything.
Dom. Oh yeah, Dom. Where do you have?
Where do you think Jimmy is?
Garoppolo?
I think he's in between and above average and borderline elite.
Whoa, ooh, that is a bold. I don't think he's there. I
Well,
think
he's
right now.
Definitely above average.
I mean, here's the thing. Like,
Have
in
you
my
seen
opinion,
guys in above average?
hold
I
on.
think with Tom Brady, they might go 17-0.
The Bucks.
They win an extra game. No, the Niners.
Yeah,
I mean, I think without Jimmy Garoppolo, we don't make the Super Bowl. Without Jimmy Garoppolo, we do not make the Super Bowl. I'm just going to say that right now.
Yeah.
But I want to put him on the tier. I mean, considering that Brady is above average, I want to put him there. But at the same time, it's like, it's kind of hard. Right now, if Tom Brady was here, I would for sure put him in average. But considering Tom Brady's there, I want to put him in above average.
100% disagree. You think that he's better than Big Ben, Cam, and Jared Goff?
Absolutely, without a doubt.
Absolutely, yeah.
You guys
How is he better?
You guys would have
how
won
is-
the Super
how
Bowl
is
with
Jared
any of the
Goff
above
better
average
than him?
quarterbacks.
How is
He's-
Jared
Jared
Goff
Goff
better
is-
than him?
Not good, better than Jimmy G. Period.
Okay, Jake, I wanna
Period.
hear- I wanna
Question
hear-
mark.
What?
It's like 8 question marks because Jared Goff has been a pretty good starting quarterback for 3 seasons. I don't
Yeah,
understand.
Jimmy Garoppolo has been a great starting quarterback for he hasn't been. This is his first full season, but in 2017 he went 5-0. In 2018 he went 1-2 against an elite, and he lost against an elite Vikings defense and the Chiefs, who were the eventual 1 seed in the AFC.
Well, there you
I
go.
mean,
there you go, Sam.
that's why I have that. That's why I feel like. Yeah, I mean he's 23-6 in his career. I really don't need to say
wait,
more about.
wait, Sam. Oh, I forgot about.
There was
this
nothing
question.
great about him.
What was
this year.
Jalen Hurts' college record? What round was he drafted in?
Round-
The record
what
of the team is how good the team is. It's not just Derek Carr lost 9 games this season. Oh, he's a terrible quarterback. Oh,
well, no,
Matt,
it's,
okay.
I'm not-
You're saying that because Matt Ryan, they went like 2-14 or 4-12 or something.
okay. Wait, what are you
terrible?
saying? Hold on.
Or 16.
What are you saying? I'm confused about that.
You're basically saying that record determines that he is elite.
No, I'm not saying that. I think Jimmy, you had a question. You had a question about Jared Goff with all those question marks, like how he's a proven starting quarterback for 3 years. Jimmy Garoppolo has done the same thing.
Yeah, there you go.
He's done the
There you
same
go.
thing as Jared Goff, and you're not going to change my mind about that.
Goff did better than Garoppolo did in his Super Bowl season, and that's all Garoppolo has.
Yeah, well, what did Goff? We're talking about current seasons right now.
Yeah.
Last year,
You gotta focus on the future now, Nate, not the past.
exactly. I'm not right there. I mean,
Garoppolo is a game manager. He's not
okay. What
any of
wrong?
the-
Okay, what
if
is
not
wrong about
any
being a
of the
game?
above?
What is? Hold on. No, whoa. What is wrong with being a game?
I don't have
manager?
anything wrong with it. I'm just saying you can't be a very good to great quarterback by
No,
being a game
nothing.
manager.
I'm not
You need to
saying-
make You need to
He's
make
not-
plays that other quarterbacks don't make, that the average quarterback doesn't make, and I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo does any of that.
I mean, yeah, well, he's not. I'm not saying that he's making some of the plays that some of the other guys making, because, I mean, when you watch his game, there's not like something that he specifically does better than anyone. But like when you combine,
That's
when you
called
combine
a scheme fit. That literally what you're describing
it's
is
not
called
a
a
scheme.
scheme fit. And he fits the scheme perfectly. I'm telling you that. Accept that. Accept the compliment. Accept
yes,
that
he
he's
does.
gotten
He
to
does
average.
affect the scheme
That's
perfectly.
great.
I'm not going to
If
deny
a
that.
second round pick turns into an average quarterback, that is phenomenal. Good job. But he is not an above average quarterback, especially with the players that we've put in above average.
Okay,
That's
here's
ridiculous.
no. If we put him above average, he's definitely on the lower tier of that.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
that Tom Brady is not the only reason I have him above average is because Tom Brady is in that tier. That's the only reason I have him above average. If Tom Brady was an average, I put him in average.
You guys would have won the Super Bowl if you had Tom Brady last year.
100%.
Guaranteed.
Because Tom Brady has the experience in the Super Bowl. Like
You
Tom,
also would have gone like 16-0.
Wait,
we would not have
hasn't Jimmy G played on a couple Super Bowl teams? Oh, right.
He didn't play, though.
Yeah, he didn't play in them.
Yeah, because he was behind Tom Brady, learning from him.
Yeah. You're right. He was behind Tom Brady.
Learning
What
from
is
him.
that?
Now look what he's done. In your
Okay,
face,
no.
Nate.
You
Oh,
can't.
that's an in my face.
Tom
How
Brady
many
last
Super
year,
Bowls does Jimmy G have?
Jimmy Garoppolo. Hold on, you're saying that Tom Brady would have led them to a Super Bowl? No, we have not. The Niners would have done so much worse with Brady. Like
No,
I
are
wouldn't
you
say
serious?
I wouldn't say
What are
so
you
much worse,
saying?
but they
You're
would have
talking
lost
about
at least
completely different
2 more
teams.
games.
The Niners were a far superior team. Oh my God, what are you?
The Patriots had better receivers consistently throughout the year. They went 9-0 to start the season
They had
until
Edelman.
Brady just completely regressed. Jimmy
Consistently
Garoppolo stayed
throughout the
consistent
season?
the entire
What
season.
receivers did they have?
Your receivers were
Patriots?
better. Are you serious?
What
the
are
Patriots
you
had
saying?
Edelman.
Right
Edelman is equivalent to Kittle, and then you guys had
Oh, wait, no,
Sanders
Kittle's
and
on a-
eventually Debo. I'm just
Sanders
saying
was
the
only there for
receiver.
half the. Okay,
The
did you watch our first 6 games? 6 games. We didn't really pass the ball at all because our receivers were not good at all. Then when Sanders came in, they became good. And week 10, that showed because our receivers were terrible week 10 with
You
no
don't pass
Sanders.
the ball because all you guys
Sanders
do
is,
is run.
like,
just
without
because Jimmy
Sanders-
Garoppolo is not a
You
good,
guys run an
great passer.
outside zone scheme. What do you don't need exceptional players. That's literally what the scheme is. It's a play calling scheme. It's why you don't need an elite running back. It's why you don't need an elite quarterback.
I'm
You
not
call
saying
the
he's an
plays,
elite
you have a good
quarterback.
O-line, you have a good defense. It's what the teams have been running.
I'm not saying he's an elite quarterback. I'm saying that he's in this above average category. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
There's no question about that.
Yeah, I mean, Jimmy G is going to blow him out of the water next. I mean, obviously we're not talking about now, but still, like that's why I have Jimmy G in the above average category is because he is better than Tom Brady.
No, he's not.
You think that
he was this year.
You think that Jimmy G, if he's on the freaking Vikings, is doing as well as Kirk Cousins, or if he's on the Lions?
No, because Kirk Cousins is better. Kirk Cousins and Matthew Stafford are better than him.
If he's on the Patriots, he's not doing as well as Tom Brady. That's just the fact.
Brady had better stats.
You say that Brady has experience and that's in his favor, then that's in his favor, and that's still in his favor.
Okay, hold on. No, listen here. First of all, Bill Belichick wanted Jimmy Garoppolo instead of Tom Brady. That says
because he's thinking about the future. Would you take Kyler Murray over freaking Jimmy Garoppolo? Of course you would, because he was the number 1 pick last year. Jimmy Garoppolo's like 20 years younger.
All right, but no, what I'm saying here, hold on. What was your point again?
That's an irrelevant question. Yes, of course Belichick wanted him. He wants to keep coaching. He doesn't want to rebuild.
Yeah, but I mean Tom Brady, like they knew he wanted to play at least 5 more seasons, and they didn't get him back. They traded him, and they had 2.5 more seasons with him, and now he's playing another season in Tampa. They didn't need to trade Jimmy Garoppolo. They could have, they did. Well, they needed to trade one of the quarterbacks.
You're making irrelevant points. Belichick wants to keep coaching for a while. He wants to do something new without Tom Brady. They were getting fed up with each other. Brady wants to prove that he's separate from Belichick. Same with Belichick.
Okay, if that's an irrelevant point, then what is your original point? Because we keep swaying back and forth. Let's just set straightforward. What was your original
Tom
point?
Brady is the greatest football player of all time. I'm not going to deny that. Fan, and I'm saying that he's still an elite quarterback. Not in that elite category, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the stats last year, if you watch my video, the stats that Brady has better is like yards and yards per game and one other one. And the reason because of that is because they don't run the ball at all.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Jimmy Garoppolo has better stats in all the other categories. Brady should have the better
you're
stats
not
because
looking
of the
at
scheme.
the fact. Jared Goff, they ran the ball last year and the year before at one of the highest rates in the NFL, and he had great seasons because it was a compliment to his passing game. He's gonna have better statistics. Kirk Cousins had much better statistics last year when Dalvin Cook was getting the ball all the time. Jimmy G is being complimented and carried by the running game.
He is not being carried.
If he had to do his job at a league-leading rate, he would not do well. That's just a fact. He would not do well as Jared Goff.
Okay, then why did he go? How did? Okay, explain. If he went 5-0 with terrible core around.
Exactly.
He does not like.
He literally brought a team up from the ashes.
He didn't. It's not his fault that he has all that talent on his team.
I'm so glad. No. I'm so glad you brought that up because that's 1, 2, 3 years ago. You know what Brady was doing 3 years ago?
Yeah, but okay,
winning Super Bowls. Winning Super Bowl.
I'm saying that.
I don't know. What was Jimmy G doing last year? I'm sorry. He was going 5-0 and screwing up your draft pick.
You're missing my point. I'm saying that Jimmy Garoppolo.
I'm sure you're so happy with McGlinchey instead of Nelson.
You're missing my point.
I'm so happy with Jimmy G.
You're missing my point. My point is going completely over your head right now. I'm saying that Jimmy Garoppolo does not need that good of a supporting cast to succeed. That's all I'm saying.
That's just, it's not to the extent that he did. That's not true. He's not going to the Super Bowl on any of these other teams that these. If Jimmy Garoppolo was with, if you put him on the Chiefs, he's not going to the Super Bowl. Not even close.
Okay, no.
He's not even going out of the AFC West.
Hold on. Wait, can you repeat that?
If you put him on the Chiefs, he's not getting out of the AFC West.
Well, they have a ton because they're a pass-heavy team, and that's not his main. That's not his main thing.
He doesn't run the ball. He's not a mobile quarterback. So what is his thing?
What is mobility?
I can do that. I can hand the ball off.
I mean, okay, you guys. No, here's the thing. Like, he didn't hand the ball off the entire game. That's not like the entire season. That's not what he does. He's like 27. If he throws 27 touchdowns, that's saying something. That's above a lot of quarterbacks.
It's what happens down in crunch time. Does his head coach have faith?
Okay, no. In crunch time, the Titans game 2017, the Bears game 2017, the Steelers game last year, both Cardinals games, the Rams game, the Saints game. I don't need to say anymore. He is elite in crunch time. He will come back from anything in crunch time besides the Super Bowl. That is the only thing that he's not come back from in crunch time.
Like the reporter said, that he just reached into his bag of chips just to a bomb to Emmanuel Sanders because he's clutch.
The only thing that he has not come back from is the Super Bowl. That's it.
Exactly.
Everything other, he's 7-1 when he has to get a game-winning drive. That is elite. That is top tier. When he has to come back, that is top tier.
If you're using that argument, you can use the same exact argument for Josh Allen because he was the only quarterback in the NFL with 0 fourth quarter interceptions, and he was tied for the most touchdowns or game-winning drives in the NFL.
You're just grabbing random stats and throwing. I watched your video. You would just grab a random graph and be like, "Oh, that's why he's better in that scenario. That's why he's better in that scenario." Picking it off. I only did
that once to show how his consistency throughout the year, and I wasn't even comparing him to Brady. I just wanted to show that he is a consistent quarterback. And Brady, like last year, he was consistent throughout the year, whereas Brady regressed. That's why I have him over Tom Brady. Like, he was consistent throughout the year. He put up better stats than the stats that Brady should have put up better. And the stats that Brady put up better are understandable because of his scheme. That's why I have him over Tom Brady.
Okay, you're saying, oh my God, you're saying stats being better are understandable because of the scheme? All the stats, yes, of course Jimmy G is going to be higher in efficiency in an offense that runs the ball 95% of the time.
I never graded efficiency. I never looked at efficiency.
That's what all the other grades are. What do you mean? Pass completion, that's efficiency. Rating, that's efficiency. That's all what that is. Anything that's not like yardage or touchdowns that you're saying are all biased towards Brady, that's everything else is efficiency. All the per game stuff is efficiency. I don't like what are you saying?
Well, okay,
like,
how does yards per game? No, so how does yards per game, completion percentage, how does that have to do with the run game? That has nothing to do with the run game. Because the run game, they're going to hand the ball off, whereas the pass game, they don't need to hand the ball off.
What? I'm a Raiders fan. I should know that completion percentage has absolutely nothing to do because Carr, they would go run, short pass. So he had a 70% completion percentage.
I mean, yeah, okay, you're right about that. But I mean, I don't see how Jimmy Garoppolo is not better than Tom Brady. Like, I just don't see it at all.
It's Tom Brady.
Well, okay, you can't just say he's the greatest quarterback of all time, even though he had a down year last year, and just say, oh, he's better than half these quarterbacks. Like, I don't even know, but like
the Niners defense played they were the best defense in the NFL last year.
The Patriots D was also like top 3 defense last year. The Patriots offense was terrible, and Tom Brady had a big reason to do with that last year.
Yeah.
Dude, the Patriots O-lineman is like a revolving door of injured players and unknowns. Their receiving
their guard is good.
Worse than the
Wayne
Niners.
was good last year. Is it Joe Thuney's their guard, right?
He's
okay.
Good.
The
That's it.
Patriots running game. They tried to run the ball at the beginning of the year and they couldn't. Like, okay, wait. Do you remember?
Michelle was horrible at the start of the year
when the Patriots started running the ball like 30 times a game because they were just like decimating people with it. Last year, the Patriots.
Yeah.
So this year they tried to start with that, and it was just terrible because I don't know the name. But they lost a bunch of O-linemen, and Brady was forced to pass. He was forced to pass like so much more than it's necessary. It's the same thing with Goff, and Garoppolo was in his element. If Garoppolo's never out of his element because he knows that everyone around him is going to support him perfectly to their fullest extent, and Brady didn't have that, that's not a fair playing field. You can't just say, "Oh, Jimmy G played better this year," even though he was a better team, with a better defense, and a better O-line and a better running game.
Hold on, who is on the Patriots offensive line? Because I remember them like they started off slow, they changed some things up, and then they did a lot better.
I don't remember because they always have those weird O linemen.
They have Thuney and Wynn. Wynn did well when Wynn did really well when they. I think they switched tackles for
Wynn
him.
was injured for like 12
Wasn't this
games,
Wynn's
I
first? Wasn't
or
he
they
hurt all of last
somebody
year?
whoever their tackle was, they switched her like he was a revolving door at one tackle, and then the next game they moved into the other tackle, and he was fantastic.
Marcus Cannon was kind of struggling. Thuney was struggling. Shaq Mason was good.
Didn't Thuney make All Pro?
Did he?
Yeah,
Or
I
am
thought
I
he
getting
did.
him mixed up with Cannon?
I think you are because Thuney got signed to a big contract, and I think he made All Pro.
Okay, their
Thuney got
guard,
franchise tag.
who's David Andrews? Was he their center last year?
David,
Yeah.
let me see.
I'm pretty sure.
If he's the only center listed. I mean,
I don't know who that is.
I'm pretty sure he was their center.
yeah. I mean, I like every team's gonna have. Hold on. So let me look at the depth chart. Let's do that.
Yeah, I'm looking at that right now, but I don't.
Okay, I was looking at their.
For O lineman, I can't find out. I can't figure out where to find
2019
how many
depth chart.
games he played in.
Here. All right. Patriots depth chart. Oh my god, I cannot. All right. Okay. Isaiah Wynn at left tackle, Joe Thuney at left guard, David Andrews, Shaq Mason, Marcus Cannon. They moved Cannon to right tackle, I believe, where he became
From
pretty
left.
solid. They moved him from left to right, and he became pretty solid. I'm pretty sure. I think that's the right guy. It might have been Wynn that they moved from right to left. One of their tackles they moved and did significantly better at the other one. Joe Thuney, all pro
I think
guard.
Wynn was injured for like a lot of the season. They had some other guy who's not on the team now.
Hold on, wait.
I'm trying to wait. Can someone look up their 2019 depth chart? Is that what you're looking
I
at?
just looked that up, and that's just the 2021 playing.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
How many games did he start last year? He played 8. So Wynn played 8 games last year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I remember seeing a thing that's like, "Oh, Wynn is finally back, thank God!" And it was like a bunch of Patriots fan on Bleacher Report being like, "Oh my God!"
And was that? Hold on, 1 second.
some rando.
What games did Wynn play in? That's what I want to know.
It was like I think it was second half. I think he missed.
Okay,
played
so
like 2 games at the beginning.
okay,
and then-
back to your point about the O line being bad. Tom Brady's O line was worse when he was worse. No, was better when he was worse, and it was worse when he was 9-0 this year.
Wait,
When that Patriots team was
sorry,
9-0.
what?
The Patriots start off the season 9-0, a lot, and then after that they regressed completely. Whereas the O line got better
Yeah, but they played much worse teams. You're ignoring that.
in the beginning half.
Yeah, didn't they play like the Jets and the Dolphins twice?
No, the Dolphins they played in the second half of the season. They lost to the
Oh,
Dolphins.
they lost to the Dolphins.
They barely beat the
Week 16.
Bengals. Here, let me pull up their 2019 schedule.
Wait,
Weren't
what
they
was I
also-
looking at?
Did they also film the Bengals sideline?
I don't
Yes.
know if they did that.
Okay.
Or not.
They
Okay.
did.
Okay. That's not it. I'm trying to just.
Wait, what was I just looking for? I said
We were
something about
looking for the
Brady.
Patriots 2019. Here, I was looking for the Patriots 2019 schedule. Okay. So in the
No, but
second half,
they did
so in the first
fine.
half of the year, they
What I'm
played.
seeing is that they did fine in pass protecting, but they like really struggled in run blocking.
Okay, here. Okay, so this was their second half. Philadelphia, an injured the hell Philadelphia. Dallas, not a playoff team. They lost to Houston, lost to Kansas City, beat Cincinnati in an ugly fashion, even though the score says differently. Buffalo, they beat barely. And
Yeah, but
Miami,
Buffalo's
they
a good
lost
team.
to. In the beginning half of the year, they played Pittsburgh without Minka Fitzpatrick, which that was an X factor in their defense.
Yeah, but they still had Big Ben and Juju. What do you?
I mean, yeah, no, I'm just saying that
They shut down an elite Pittsburgh offense. Absolutely.
I know, true. But okay, next up, Miami they crushed the Jets, Buffalo at Buffalo, Washington, Giants, Jets, Browns. So their first half schedule,
Jets, Browns.
yeah. So their first half schedule was a little bit easier. Oh, and was a little bit, and then Baltimore also goes in that first half schedule. So
Yeah.
their first half schedule was a bit easier, but
Wait, did they beat? No,
they lost. They got crushed by Baltimore.
Did they not get? Oh yeah, they did get
37
crushed,
to
actually. I
20.
remember that game. Yeah.
Yeah,
Was
so
that a
their
primetime
first half
game?
schedule was a bit easier
It's
than
like
their
Sunday
second
night.
half schedule. But I mean, I feel like that I feel like Brady shouldn't have regressed, even because his O line got better, He had some easy games
He had Edelman
down
only.
the line that he didn't capitalize on. With
He had
especially
Edelman
the
in
Dolphins
no
game.
running game.
No, Edelman was hurt for like the whole second half of the year. And like Nate's right, their running game was so bad. I mean, do you
Well,
remember
they
that?
didn't use their running game.
Because it was
Because
so
it was bad.
bad.
It's
I
always
feel like
been
you're
a
not
pass.
understanding that things happen for a reason. Jimmy G didn't get to pass the ball because they had much more faith in their running game. His efficiency and stuff was way up because he didn't have to pass. Defenses were stacking the box, and he just got to throw.
The only game that he never had to pass was the NFC Championship.
Exactly. He did not pass that game.
Every other game, his touchdown passes made a key difference in those games.
The Super Bowl?
Exactly.
Well, that's because they lost. Well, we're not talking about the games he lost. We're talking about the games he won. And in the games he won, he had to pass a lot in those games in order to win.
I have a question for just Nate and Dom. Tom Brady in the playoffs had less than 20 pass attempts per game. What does that tell you? It tells you a lack of faith in your quarterback, right?
No, it means they're running the ball.
You agree? Oh, no, that wasn't Tom Brady. That was Jimmy G. 19 pass attempts per game.
Well, okay, hold on.
And you see, I didn't realize he was doing that, and I said, because they were running the ball, and that is what the 49ers were doing.
Hold on. How many pass attempts did he have in the Minnesota and Super Bowl? In the Minnesota game and Super Bowl, just that.
In the Minnesota, I don't.
Because in the Green Bay game, I don't like
because he's playing the Chiefs. Of course, you have to throw a lot.
Hold on. When people bring up the Green Bay game and just say that they didn't trust him because they didn't have to pass. I
didn't isolate the Green Bay game. That was within the other games, and he still had only 19 pass attempts.
Yeah, because that brought that pass attempt number down so far because they didn't have to do anything because
they only had like 5 pass attempts that game, right?
Yeah, because they didn't have to because Moster was on fire.
No, I wasn't criticizing that.
Got brought down so much.
Right, running back's really on fire. What's the point?
They didn't need to pass.
Exactly.
That's the thing. So you can't. I hate that argument where people say like they don't need him. He just hands the ball off all the time, and then they only look at the Green Bay game, and the only reason why he didn't pass the Green Bay game was because Raheem Mostert was on fire. If Raheem Mostert wasn't on fire, he would have passed the ball all the time.
There you go.
I'm finding his playoff game.
It has nothing to do with him. Here, just look up.
Wait, no, I'm on it. It's just loading.
Just look up 49ers Vikings pass attempts. I just want to see that.
Yeah, no, it's loading. I'm scrolling down right now.
He had 19 attempts against the Vikings.
19 attempts against the Vikings.
It was 11 for 19.
11 for
completions. Impressive. 130 yards.
And in the Super Bowl, when it came down to in the playoffs, he had 2 passing touchdowns to 3 interceptions.
Well, because they ran the ball so much. He would have had so many more.
He had interceptions if they ran the ball. Explain
what you do in the playoffs is the ultimate test of your team.
They ran the ball so much.
No, I'm okay.
I'm listening.
Can use that argument too.
That mystifies me. How do you intercept the ball when you're running?
No. You're missing what I'm saying. He would have had more touchdowns and probably more interceptions if he didn't hand the ball off all Green Bay game. If Raheem Mostert wasn't on fire, he would have had more touchdowns and it would have looked a lot better.
I disagree.
Here's the other thing about the Green Bay game is their defense was terrible throughout the entire game, and on the pass attempts they were terrible too. So I think Jimmy probably would not have thrown an interception. My biased opinion probably tells me that he would not have thrown an interception in that Green Bay game. I
mean, all 8 of them. That's not a big judgment.
I know it's kind of hard to tell, but anyways, all I'm saying is that it's like he is good in the playoffs. That's all I'm saying. If you lead,
no, I don't. He wasn't good in the playoffs. He had 3 games.
Then why did the Niners make the Super Bowl? Explain why they won the Vikings game.
You have to say.
I'm not arguing that the 49ers are not a good football team. I am absolutely not arguing that. The team as a whole deserved to make the Super Bowl. They did, flat out. But did Jimmy G, was he the deciding factor? Would any of the other quarterbacks
I'm not saying, okay.
and above? I think
I'm not saying he's the deciding factor. No. I'm not saying
Bridgewater would have played exceptionally well in that role. I think I don't understand how you're not get.
Okay, no. What are you trying to get at me? Because I'm not getting what you're getting at me. If you just I feel
I
like
don't understand how you think he's in that above average tier. Look at the quarterbacks that you have there.
No,
and
okay.
Don't tell me
Let me just
that
rearrange
if
this
they
real
have
quick.
any of them, they probably win the Super Bowl.
Okay. Kirk Cousins is better than him. Matthew Stafford is better than him. Dak Prescott is better than him. Matt Ryan is better than him. Carson Wentz is better than him. Tom Brady, in my opinion, is not better than him. If you guys are all saying that he is that he is average, then I will put him there for your sake of it. I just completely disagree with it.
But okay, are you saying that in the Super Bowl, if they had Cam
Jimmy G's
Newton,
above
they're
he's
not winning
He's
the
already
Super Bowl?
proven himself to be the above
If they
average
had Cam
quarterback.
Newton,
He's
they
brought
are
the
winning
team
the
from
Super
the
Bowl.
ashes.
What Cam Newton version are you talking about?
Cam Newton.
Like if Cam Newton was to play football right now, or
If
during the Super Bowl.
they would have. I think they would have lost that game. The only quarterbacks that I think they could have won that game with are Matt Ryan, Matt Ryan, Aaron Rodgers, Deshaun Watson, Drew Brees, and these guys. If they had those 7 guys, then I think they would have won the Super Bowl.
They would have
maybe
won that
Carson
game with
Wentz
Tom
too.
Brady, undoubtedly.
And I think they would have won the Super Bowl if we're talking about Ryan Tannehill from last year. And
But they would have made it the same spot as Ryan Tannehill, and that if
Are
you're
you
saying
being
he's
serious?
the same as
They won
Tannehill,
the
then he's
Super
on that
Bowl with
level.
Josh Allen, and I'm not even saying that Josh Allen is better.
Oh, sorry, no, I'm saying they would have won the Super Bowl, not made the Super Bowl. If they would have won the Super Bowl with these 6 guys, Matt Ryan and possibly Ryan Tannehill.
You don't think Dak Prescott wins the Super Bowl?
Maybe Dak's a maybe, and Wentz is a maybe. It's kind of a hard comparison, dude.
I don't know how to respond to that, honestly, because you're a lot farther from the point than I thought you were. So
okay, is your point that why is he in the above average category?
I don't understand how you think he's better than a guy like Cam Newton.
Because he's done better. Like, okay, 20. All right. Let me just, in the past, what has Cam Newton done in the past 3 years?
Not much.
What has Jimmy Garoppolo done? He's gone 23-6 and led his team to his Super Bowl.
There you go, Sam. There you go.
That's exactly why I have Jimmy Garoppolo over Cam Newton. He has done so much more in the past 3 years. If this is an all-time list, then Cam Newton is ahead of him. But we're talking about a current list, and that's why Jimmy Garoppolo is better than Cam Newton.
Where did anyone on a downward spiral
rank in rushing last year?
Where?
32nd.
Who
30?
is
I don't know how many teams are there. 30?
Because last year Cam Newton didn't do anything. He didn't play. Their offense was bad too. They only got in their offense that they had Christian McCaffrey and DJ Moore, and they just had to chuck the ball at DJ Moore, and he had to do something. They didn't have anyone on that, and Cam Newton I don't think would have fixed that.
That's the point. You're proving my point. They didn't have anyone. What are you saying right now? You're saying they had to just chuck the ball up to DJ Moore. That's his only option.
No,
that's why a quarterback plays poorly.
No, I'm
Jimmy
saying
G you just said it. You just proved.
No, I'm saying Cam Newton wouldn't have been able to fix that. That's my point. Cam Newton would not have been able to fix that. If he was able to fix it, then I would put him in above average. That's what I'm saying.
You're saying that Jimmy G could have fixed it.
Jimmy G went 5-0 with terrible receivers and a terrible running back core and a terrible O-line.
Yeah.
He absolutely would have
so much
fixed
against
that.
Jimmy G?
He
I don't know.
absolutely would have fixed that. There's no way.
I don't have anything against Jimmy G as a player. He is a perfectly average quarterback.
He's not
probably in the
average.
15
He's perfectly
to 18
above
range
average.
quarterback. Who do I wait? Just give me 1 second. I need to do 6.
Dude, you literally just said they would have won the Super Bowl possibly with Tannehill. So then how is he above Tannehill?
I have him number 16 tied with Ryan Tannehill. That's not a bad place to be.
Run.
That's not a bad place to be.
And Tannehill's
I'm
average.
not bashing on
Garoppolo
him as a
too.
player. I'm bashing on your delusions of grandeur.
Wait, hold on. Where are you pulling up? Yeah, I didn't hear that.
I'm saying that I'm not. You guys, Dom keeps asking why I keep bashing on Jimmy G, and I'm
No,
saying
I know
not
you're not bashing
on
on him. He's not bashing on him. I know that you know that Jimmy G is a good quarterback.
I have him tied for 16th. That's a solid place to be. I don't understand. It's the NFL.
Okay.
It's the National Football League.
Who are the
six? Every other
no.
part of your team, you can have a middle of the road quarterback. That's not.
Stop. Who are the 16 quarterbacks better than him?
I mean, I've already said them. Just like the
The
guys
top-
who are in elite, borderline elite, above average. Obviously, that's 12.
That's
right?
12. And who are the guys in average that are better than him?
The ones that I've been listing: Cam, Goff, and Big Ben. And then he's
Okay,
like
Goff is
tied with
not-
Tannehill. I have him slightly ahead because he's had more success. But
Okay, I just don't feel like Cam. I can see the Big Ben argument. I don't see the Goff argument at all, and we've kind of gone into that. And I mean, I don't see the Cam argument. I don't see the Goff argument. I kind of see the Big Ben argument. I just feel like for the Big Ben argument, I just feel like, first of all, Big Ben was terrible in the 2 games that he played. Again, albeit they were against good opponents. And then second of all, Jimmy G, Big Ben's yards per attempt has decreased significantly, while Jimmy's has done really well in last year. So by saying that, like, he has the better arm, in my opinion. I mean, I'm not saying he has the stronger arm because I think Big Ben probably does, and he has the longer. Big Ben has the longer arm, but I mean, I just feel like Big Ben, and then that kind of segues into my third point. Big Ben has had one of the best receiving cores in football for years now. Yeah. Like up at 2018, you look at that, and he hasn't had a completion percentage over 67%, and that was 2018. Well, Jimmy had 69%. So if he has a good receiving core, that can really only mean that he's not as accurate as Jimmy Garoppolo, and that's why I have against Big Ben. Plus, they did not run the ball that much, and that's why he has more yards.
Teddy Bridgewater is more accurate than Jimmy Garoppolo. Does that mean he's a better quarterback?
I'm not saying that. No, I'm not saying that Teddy Bridgewater is better. I'm just saying that's why I think Big Ben is better. Teddy Bridgewater, there's a lot more factors to why I think that Jimmy Garoppolo is better than Teddy Bridgewater.
Would you say that your team, the 49ers, went all out last year in order to win the Super Bowl, off season, in season? Yeah.
All
the moves they made. All the moves they made. It was like all the moves they made.
D Ford, Emmanuel Sanders.
Nate.
Yeah.
Nate,
you think yes?
What off season?
The last.
I mean, last
2019
year
or 2020. Okay, 2019. No, they didn't get. They were not trying. I don't think they were trying to go for a Super Bowl.
They got D Ford, Quan Alexander.
Yeah, they were trying to build. I don't think they were trying to build a Super Bowl contender that year. I think they exceeded expectations last year. I think they were trying to go solid playoff team that could set the foundation for a Super Bowl contender in the future. That's what I thought they were trying to do in the offseason last year.
Exactly.
And I'm saying they added just to their defense because they knew your quarterback he's going to hand the ball off and be good.
Because they added to the defense because our defense was terrible.
Yeah.
And they lost Cassius March, who was our best edge rusher, replaced him with D Ford. They lost Reuben Foster, our best linebacker, replaced him with Quan Alexander. They added another guy, Nick Bosa, because he's the best player in the draft. And they don't do anything in the secondary, and their defense just improves. What? They didn't add Sherman until they added Sherman 2018, not 2019.
Was that in the offseason or the middle of the year?
Offseason.
I don't remember him on that bad team. Was he injured or something?
He was hurt for a few games. I think he played maybe like 12 games. I don't know. But yeah. All right, so I feel like we're never going to put Jimmy Garoppolo anywhere. So I'm just going to go by the consensus.
I just say you make the bottom category Hill, Mitch Trubisky, and Garoppolo. You can't choose.
All right,
no, you can't do him like that. No, it's definitely better. It's way better.
Average.
I mean, I highly disagree that Tom Brady is in. I think Tom Brady should be right here, but going with the consensus, I'll put him there. I do not believe. Let me just put this up right now. Hold on 1 second. Give me like 1 minute.
I don't know what are you doing?
On.
Oh my God, it's 10:15. Jesus.
Yeah, I know it's really late. I'm trying to end this real quick.
Yeah, I'm done.
All right, this is all I have to say. I do not believe that Tom Brady is better than Jimmy G. He's better because of what the consensus of the people say. That's all I have to say right there. I'm just going to leave that up for the rest of the video.
No, the consensus of your people. We keep having this argument on the side, and every time it's Sam saying, "Oh, here, look at this," and it's
Oh wait,
some like Niners fan
wait. Hold on,
tweeting,
let me rewrite
"I
this.
agree."
Not
no,
a single
hold on,
one of
hold
us
on,
that isn't a Niners fan thinks he's
hold on, wait.
above average.
He's Brady.
Oh, let me guess. You're gonna tweet on your Niner fan account.
No, I'm not. I'm not tweeting. I'm just saying Brady is better because. Hold on.
Jake, do you think Raheem Mostert is better or Devin Singletary?
Raheem Mostert's better.
Most.
I was asking
probably.
Jake. Okay.
Also, unrelated to this, someone told me that Max Crosby's better than Nick Bosa. I'm like,
Whoever that is lying to you.
They're all. There's a ton of delusional Raiders fans on Twitter.
And there's a
I
bunch of delusional 49ers fans as well.
That is true as well.
Yeah, there's delusional
The
fans
worst
everywhere.
here.
What can I
Let's
say?
just do it right now. The worst fans on Twitter, Cardinals fans, number one. Oh, dude, Cardinals fans are terrible on Twitter.
Niners fans. What?
Who? Niners? There's a lot of bad Niners fans. I will say that.
oh, yeah.
but
you're
I
right.
don't know
Dude,
that
because
many.
of the Niners
I mean,
fans
it's
this
tough
year,
because
the
we
Niners
live in the Bay Area and I root for the other team, so I'm kind of
Here's
biased.
the
the other thing
Niners
about the Niners, I
became my
will
least
say.
favorite team this
Most
year
of the
over the
loyal
Patriots
fans,
because their fans are so bad. They're so toxic.
Who? The Niners?
Yes, I hate them more than the
I don't
Patriots.
understand why you can't accept that a player is where he is. Nate accepted Josh Allen's an average. I accept that Derek Carr is below average. Like, I know where all my players stand. Like,
I'm just saying that I don't accept. What are you saying by accept that?
like you
If
don't
Garoppolo's above
accept
average,
what's right in front of you. I don't.
I mean, all right. But yeah, all right. Do you guys have any last thoughts? Wait, hold on. Can you repeat? I didn't hear that at all. I'm just. What did you say? Again,
Me
can you-
or
yes.
Nate?
Someone said something. I didn't hear that at all.
Oh, I was like,
I don't want to.
I mean, I don't want to bring up all the examples because I kind of want to finish. But like in the last year, there were so many things where it was just like the facts were happening, and it was just like Niners fans refused to accept it. Like we
what
lost
fact?
the game. No, there's 1,000 excuses. I'm not. This isn't real.
That's what
It's all
every team
fake.
does. That dude. I'm not making excuses why we lost the Super Bowl. Like. Obviously, I did at first with blaming the refs, which I'm still a bit upset about, but I'm going to blame them for that. But
I'm going to say is that bad refs. The Raiders have the freaking
the Raiders
top
have the worst bad refs.
And half the
and
games
the universal measuring device, which is a folded piece of paper.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I know. All right.
And then, I mean, did you hear the Randy Moss stat? He was like, "Oh yeah, I never got an offensive pass interference in my entire career. The 1 year I was on the Raiders, I got 8."
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Why do you gotta give the Raiders to? Why do you always think the Raiders the worst refs?
They do. I mean, it's the Raiders. All right. Do you guys have any concluding thoughts before we end
Nope.
this?
Thank you for having me on.
Nope. All right. So thank you guys all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the first part in this series. Next episode, we're going to do running back. I'm going to bring some new guys on here. We're going to do running back. We're going to do receiver, tight end, defense. We're going to do a lot more. So leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Thank you all so much.
If you want me back for a less biased opinion.
Can we point out in the live comments the Braden Day saying he's a 49er fan and he doesn't think Garoppolo is above average?
Whatever. I mean, I think most Niners fans are going to disagree with him, but
someone that's logical. Thank you.
Logical. Wow, that's bold. All right. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Go Niners.
Yeah.